Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Shirley and I am happy that you have decided to stop by and to check this video out. If this is your first time stopping by, if you like what you see, please consider subscribing to my channel and hitting that notification bell so that you don't miss a future video. So today's video, I wanted to show you guys some of the treasures that I have found at my local Goodwill and Salvation Army stores. I am an avid thrifter. I love looking for treasures, things that have been gently used, things that are unique in its kind. And I love, saving my coins. So I tend to frequent my Goodwill and Salvation stores to see, what I look for primarily are books. I am an avid book reader, and household items, clothing, etc. Whatever is there that catches my eye, I'm all happy for it. So for today's video, as the title says, is going to be, I guess, my Goodwill / Salvation Army book finds. I have, it's a lot of books. So this video might be, actually, I'm not going to make it too long. I'm probably going to have to make a couple short videos because there are quite a few books. And this is not really the extent of my collection. This is really just the ones I felt like pulling out and showing today. So there will be future videos showcasing these books. But as I said, I love to read in my pastime. From I was a child, I've always enjoyed reading, just getting out of my life and getting into someone else's life and going on their journey. As I've gotten older, I'm a little bit, my genre has definitely expanded. I love self-help books. I love memoirs, biographies. I used to be into fantasy and romance when I was way younger, but I've always loved the intellectual, print. Whatever is out there, helping me to become a better person, I'm all for that these days. Even though I am challenging myself to read more diversely. So maybe I'll delve a little bit more into those other genres. But anyways, as I said, I do have quite a books to show you today. These are books that I have spent no more than $3 for each one. And again, they're just a mashup of visits to my local Goodwill and Salvation Army stores. Okay, so the first one I'm going to pull up, and I have them all here on my desk and a few on the floor. But again, I'm probably going to have to break the time up because we'll be here quite a long time if I do them all in one video. So the first book I have here is called Little Bee, and it's by Chris Cleave. I do want to point out that I have not read all these books as it's been a really busy year, and my daughter, my last child, is now out and off to university. So I am definitely going to be getting back to my love of reading. So I'll be delving into these books, going forward. So the first book is called Little Bee, and it's from Chris Cleave. And if there is a summary, I don't know if I'll have time to do all that. I'll probably have to come back and do, and that's the thing I'm thinking about, if I should have a separate channel to do book hauls and book reviews. I do want to become a part of the BookTube community. That is a goal of mine. So being that I am slowly getting into YouTube videos, and my channel is still fairly new. I'm old, but I'm new, and there's still a lot I need to learn. I'm thinking that I'm just gonna probably keep everything on my main channel, and then eventually I might spring off and have a separate channel for books, because books is definitely, going to be a part of my channel. All right, so this is little B, and usually when you get it at your Goodwill, they have the stickers like this. They're color coded, and they usually have a discount of 50% off each week for the different colors. So 1 week it'll be green, and then it'll be blue, and then it'll be red and yellow. I think those are the primary colors. All right, so what's that book? Okay, this book is Shame on It All from Zane. The only book I've ever read from Zane is Addicted, and oh my God, I loved that book. I loved that book. That was some years ago. I love Zane as an author, but shamefully, I have not, no pun intended, I have not read any other of her work. So I am looking forward to getting to this one. Please excuse me. I'll be sniffling throughout this video. I am trying to recover from a cold that I've had since last week that just won't leave. So if you have any tips as to what I can use to help for persistent cough and phlegm, please leave it in the description. Leave it in my comments, please. Help a sister out. This is Song Yet Sung, and this is by James McBride. All right, I think, oh yes, I do have The Color of Water. That's where I've seen him before. This is him. All right. So when I saw this book, oh my goodness, I was so ecstatic because I had been looking at the video reviews on BookTube, and I was told this is a must-read book, and I started reading. I've started reading this one. I am in chapter 8. I'm in chapter 8. But this is The Darkest Child by Dolores Phillips. And so far, I am just hooked. I am so hooked. Oh my gosh. This, if you can get your hands on this, definitely, it is worth getting. This one, I just, oh, see, just to show you, there's my Goodwill receipt. I picked this up this past week. This is American Negro Short Stories, and it has contributions by authors Paul Laurence Dunbar, W.E.B. Du Bois, Charles Waddell Chestnut, Rudolph Fisher, Claude McKay, Zora Neale Hurston, Richard Wright, Langston Hughes, Sterling Brown, who else do we know? James Baldwin, Leroy Bennett Jr., Loyal Hairston, and Ernest J. Gaines. All right, looking forward to reading this one. I love this is a treasure. When I find books like this, I love it. Love it, love it, love it. And see, it has its yellow sticker. Okay, I need to hurry up. See, almost 8 minutes. This one is a poetry. Poetry is a genre that is one of the genres that I am challenging myself to get into and to appreciate. Terrence Hayes, he is known for his poetry. This book is entitled Wind in a Box. This was a treasure to find. I think this was at my Salvation Army. Yeah, because the ones I think that don't have a sticker are from Salvation Army. Okay. Okay. So this is a Strength Finder book, and oh my gosh, here at the Goodwills in Atlanta, you can almost surely will find one or two of these books in the Goodwill stores. I'm pretty. I guess it's once you read, you kind of just pass it forward, and you give it to others so others can discover their strengths too. But it's so fitting because I'm actually, oh my bad, I keep looking at a different place because I'm filming on my iPhone and the camera's down there, but it's so weird to be looking down there, so I keep looking elsewhere, so please forgive that. But I am a certified Clifton Strengths coach. So this is one of the books that, you know, it's the first book that you read to find out about your dominant top 5 talents. And actually, I actually teach students at the university that I work how to identify their dominant talents and how to leverage those talents as well as those of their peers, and how to have a productive and successful outcome, whatever they're working on a project or on a team setting. So this is one of the books that we use. So it was nice that I found it at my Goodwill. And actually, I'm going to be bringing a video about that on strengths in the future. Okay, so this is called Stopping, and this is Stopping. It's from the author of Don't Sweat the Small Stuff, Dr. David Kunz. I know I'm going to be butchering these names, right? This was also a treasure. This is Making Whiteness, and by Grace Elizabeth Hale. The Culture of Segregation in the South, 1890 to 1940. I love when I can find these types of books at Goodwill or Salvation Army. Okay. Then I found this, the Autobiography of Martin Luther King Jr., edited by Claiborne Carson. This was actually, was it Goodwill? No, this was at Goodwill too. So look at, like, brand new, brand spanking new. Oh, well, was dedicated to somebody, but that's okay. I don't mind if the books that I buy has writings in it, but I mean, it's like brand new, brand new. So I am very interested in this whole feminist movement. I must confess, I have not always been on that path. But Gloria Steinem, she's very intriguing to me. So I was very happy to find this book, The Education of Women, of a Woman, The Life of Gloria Steinem. I find her incredible. I find her influential. I'm very interested to get into her head. So I was glad to find this. This one is called Organizing from the Inside Out. I have I have a weird obsession with organization, and I am definitely not the most organized person. I need a lot of help with organization, that's for sure. But I like it. I like the concepts, and I like when I am organized, all is well with the world. So this is from Julie Morgenstern, Organizing from the Inside Out. Walter Mosley. I am collecting Walter Mosley's books. I do have quite a few of his books. This one, the novels of, this has a few of his books. The novels of Walter Mosley, Searing Brilliant. Okay, this doesn't really have a title on it. So I'm not sure if this is a collection of his works, I'm thinking. But nonetheless, it's from Walter Mosley, so I'm happy to have it. We are in a culture right now where shaming people for anything, everything seems to be the thing. So when I found this book, Shame and Grace, Healing the Shame We Don't Deserve, I thought it was fitting for me to pick this up and get some perspective on this. It's just really terrible of the magnitude of what's going on now in our culture. So I'm looking forward to reading that. Another author that I am looking forward to collecting his work is Eric Jerome Dickey. And so this is Blackbirds. I do have a couple of his earlier novels, so I enjoyed those incredibly. So I'm looking forward to getting into this one. This also was a popular read on BookTube. All right, so I'm almost 14 minutes. Okay, so I am that girl who loved Little House on the Prairie growing up. You couldn't tell me that I wasn't Laura Ingalls' black friend next door. That was me. Yes, me, Shirley. But I loved everything that Little House on the Prairie represented. I loved the family, unit. I love how, how close they were and how they loved each other and how they worked through everything. And also their community. I loved how tight-knit and resourceful and supportive they were as a community. And I think I just love the simplicity of life. I think that was really what really drew me to that show. And that children got to be children, So this is Melissa Gilbert. She is the woman who played Laura Ingalls on the show. And this book is called Prairie Tale. And it's really interesting. I do have to read this quickly. Okay, so she was a natural on camera, but behind the scenes, life was more complicated. Adopted as a baby into a legendary showbiz family, Melissa wrestled with questions about her identity and struggled to maintain an image of perfection her mother irradiated and enforced. Only after years of substance abuse, dysfunctional relationships, and made-for-television movies did she begin to figure out who she really was. So I am so looking forward to getting in Melissa Gilbert's life. So you never know what people are going through and how people are living, famous or not. All right, this book is called I Am the Struggle. Ethel Payne, the First Lady of the Black Press by James McGrath Morris. So she was definitely iconic, I believe, within the civil rights era, within advertising. So I'm looking forward to finding out about her journey. Okay, so I think I'm gonna end this video here and come back with the others.